Hi everyone, another video on the E3, and just want to say making some progress now. The exhausts are going to be painted today. As you can see on this side, I've already done a base coat of black, and I'm going to continue with the other side. Wait until that's all dry, and what we're going to do then is get the pigments out and start doing some staining with the pigments. We're going to be using rust, black, possibly a brown as well. I don't know yet, but we'll just see how we get along. Okay. Also, we're going to be weathering around all these little outlets here. These are the dispenser ports where the rounds get fired, spit out the aircraft. We're going to get some little stainage around all these little vents. This is all going to be chipped up all the way around where the guns fire their rounds. And then there's going to be some filtering on the white. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I've put the wash that's on already all over the kit. You saw that in the previous video. The only thing that really needs to be done is a few scratch marks here and there on the main fuselage and the wings, and that's pretty much it. And just crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's. That's putting the undercarriage on and the propeller and the cable for the antennae, and the kit's complete. And I got another kit to do after this one. I'm not sure which one to do. I've got a Great Wall Hobby Bf109 A1. It's also known as the Flying Greenhouse, but this one is actually on skis. I'll show you the kit at the end of the video if I remember, and also another Edward kit, but it's Messerschmitt 108, which is like a 4-seater aircraft. Very nice aircraft. I have built this kit before, and it goes together extremely well, with the exception of the cockpit tub is a little bit big and you've got to sand it down to the bottom. But other than that, it's a nice kit. And those are the new ones that I'm favouring at the moment. But then again, knowing me, I could change one that completely different and build something completely different. Anyway, on with this Messerschmitt, and when I come back to you, I would have painted all of the exhaust stacks. So I'll just show you quickly what I'm doing. It's not rocket science, we're just going along here and just painting all these. As you can see there, like that. I'm going to go off camera now and just complete them all, tidy it all up, and see you in a jiffy. Okay, so on with the next part of this bit is the using the pigments on the exhaust stain. So I'm using this one here, MIG Smoke P023 and MIG Light Rust P024. They come in a set with a couple of other rusty colours, and I think it's white ashes and standard rust. Anyway, I've had these donkeys used, and the pricks still got 2/3 left in each of them. Really good value for money. But anyway, first of all, we're going to apply the black and then the light rust. Okay, I don't use an in-between shade because I can darken it with the black. Okay, so not going to need a great deal. I pretty much only use what's actually in the caps themselves. You look like you need a bit more in there. Okay. Excuse me. Right, here we go. So first off, just get a bit of the black on the end of the brush. Not a lot. And all I'm doing, I'm just rubbing it in. Even though the exhaust stacks are already black, I mean, we're actually staining the metal around it with the pigment already, so it's adding a bit more realism to it. And I'm just going to go a little off the edge here as well. See there. Okay, now for this part. little bit of the light rust, a little bit on the end of the brush. Don't need to clean it, just move it along. It's going to take several passes. Don't have to be exact and neat and tidy, just rust the buggers up. I'll just blow off the excess. That's what I'm getting at the minute. I just want to get the black back on there, add a bit of depth. You don't want it all looking too much the same, else it's just going to look, it's not going to look three-dimensional. And this is just the underneath part of this lip. Then there's some. Just want to get that black a bit more intense. Just have to look it off camera a second. Yeah, looking good. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit more black going across here. There. That's all I'm going to do on that with the pigments. Next step is pencil. Get your scalpel or whatever blade you use. Just be careful when you do this here, you don't want to cut your fingers off. And we're just going to scrape off some of this graphite. And this is a 6B. Okay, so it's a very soft, dark pencil. And all you're going to do is get your fingertip. Looks best if you've got no fingernail interfering, and just rub it along the edges. If you remember in the previous video, we created metal scratches, and this is ideal to make that look like an authentic metal. It's just good old-fashioned pencil. Trying to see if you can see that. I haven't got a very good camera. I've only got a Logitech C90. I haven't got any of these bloody 8K, 4K cameras. I can't afford £1,000 for a bloody camera just to make a video for YouTube. I wish I could though. But anyway, that's the effect I like doing on my exhausts. I do have an Instagram, and I will put an Instagram link in the video of when I've completed this series, and now I'll have all this, because this will be on Instagram, and you'll be able to have a look at in better detail there. And I've got a bit of black paint on the top here, not to worry. You can just carefully scratch it off. There's loads of varnish on here, and it all takes part of the effect of the aircraft. There we go. So a bit more of the here we go. You just want to use your finger, blast it back. And just blast it back within the airflow. Not so heavy along here, maybe just a little on the corners, like that. It's very subtle. Like they say, less is more. And I'm just going to put some more on these ducts here, these vents. I assume they're vents. Okay, we're just going to I need to go off camera to do this bit. Okay, what I did is basically put a blob of some of this pigment on, stabbed it into the recesses there, and then brushed it back, and then went over it with my finger like that. Okay, so if you can see that there, it's quite subtle, as you can see, but more colours will be going into this. Of course, I'm going to introduce some oil stain leakage, some splats of oil coming up the sides from when these kickstart, and maintenance splashes, etc. And we'll just see how it goes from there, really. There, this is actually, there you go, it's more intense there, but I might go over that again with a bit of white or a pale grey, maybe a pale grey. Who knows? We'll see how we get on. These turned out alright, but the mistake I've made, okay, I didn't put a matte coat on. I'm actually working on a gloss coat, and the surface tension is crap, so the pigments aren't behaving as well as I want them to. So if you, little tip, if you're going to put any pigments down, put them on a matte, yeah, on a matte finish. Okay, they'll behave better for you, and you'll get a better result. But yeah, quite happy how that exhaust there has turned out. Okay, now another thing I want to do today quickly, using this neutral grey. No, I'm not going to use. I said I wasn't going to use it, but I am. I'm going to use grey panel wash. What else we got in here? What's this? This thinner. Right. I'm going to be using this grey panel wash and some odorless thinner to do some filtering. I haven't used this before. Yeah, it's turned to like stodgy wax. Needs a good old stir. Don't need a lot anyway, so. Okay, pop that there out of the way. Right. Just got a little capful there. I'm going to use that thinner to lock in the pigments as well. Right. Old brush. I've never used your best brushes for this. I have a selection of knackered brushes. Here, where could it be? There it is. There. That old brush is completely knackered, and it's ideal for what we're going to do. Basically, I'm going to get this pigment and just going to put blobs of it all over. Yeah, over the decals, all over, gunge it up. I ain't too worried about this work I've done here really. I can just go over it again. Clean the brush off quickly, just take the excess off, and then yeah, white spirit thinner, odorless thinner. I use the AK one because it's really good. It's very low smell on it, and also that it's not aggressive to the acrylic. Right then, do a lot of stabbing. With a stabbing motion, we're just creating grime and filth, and I'm going to blend it into the body as well. Just a damp brush, not a wet brush. Takes a bit of practice to do this, but once you get the knack of it and you're happy with an effect, just leave it. let it dry, because I imagine during the war these things got bloody filthy and they didn't have time to go through the bloody whale wash to get a bloody high shine and a wax. They just came in all the time, filthy, dirty, got cleaned whenever they could, I suppose. See, the camera's not really doing us any justice. Let's take the lamp off a minute. Turn the ambient light off altogether. If you can have a look at the underside of the white compared to the top, that gives you a nice contrast in it and what the effect looks like. So I'm going to carry on doing this on the other side, and we shall have a look again. So take this, get some more pigment, and you're just going to slap it all on, especially over these decals. I want to knock those bright colours of the decals right back. Let's get a bit more. That's more thin on those. Okay. So we're just piling it on. Don't be shy. There you go. And again, wipe off the excess on your rag. Got some pigment on it now, down. Well, if you get any pigment on it from your rag, don't worry about it. All adds to the effect. And we're just putting on again, this is a damp brush with the thinner. And we're just stippling. Yeah. Sorry about that, off camera again. Just trying to get used to this. It's a very difficult angle. So I'm just, if it's too much here to stipple, I just like brush it off like that. Clean the brush. And then just tap again. And just blend it all in, match it all up. And you just work it until you feel like you're happy with it. Now, I could work this for 10-15 minutes. It's this little area I want to clean up. Go off of there. Get off. Yeah. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Well, all I can do now is let that dry. I can't do the chipping on here. I'll have to wait until it's completely dry, varnish, and I'll do that off camera. It's basically going to be exactly the same as what I've done along the exhaust stacks, using the neutral grey. I'm just doing some random chipping, not so much on the outsides here, but in the insides here, where the flash of the bullets will probably mostly heat up the paint and chip it, etc. And we just work that, just up and down on both of those channels there. And where I've actually taken pigments off around here on other vents, I'll just touch them back up. And that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. That's why I'm doing this. If you have any questions about any tips on how I do my models, just ask me, okay? And don't be afraid to send me a message. I'll I'm more than happy to answer it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to making the next one and seeing everyone in the next video. And tell me what you're building as well, because it'd be great to know what you're building, and it'd be nice to know if I built that kit that you've already built as well, because it is a fun hobby, and we do need to, you know, make this hobby survive rather than computer games and mobile phones and what have you. So yeah, this is looking really dirty and gungy, the way I like it to look, because they are what they are. They are fighters. Yeah, there we go, much better. Bit of refinement there. Anyway, thank you very much for dropping by and having a listen. And like I said, I hope you guys have all learned something, and happy modeling. Thank you very much for stopping by. Adios.